Well, it's been an awesome couple of days. I didn't get around to making a video blog last night. I was kind of busy. Not that kind of busy, but busy. Anyway, today is the 13th, and we made our second stop today at a couple islands that I can't really pronounce, plus I don't really remember. But anyway, yesterday we made some stops, and it was flippin' amazing. Penguins everywhere. And so on January 12th we went to this cute little island, Paulet Island, and penguins everywhere, like hundreds of thousands of Adelie penguins everywhere, and the island stenched of poop, but it was totally worth it. Like, seeing these penguins doing their own thing, even though we were there. Like, we were the guests and they were like the host, and they kind of put on a show, but they were just living their own lives, which is totally fine, and it was quite amazing. And then later yesterday in the afternoon, we went to make another stop on the actual continent at Brown's Bluff, I believe is the point. And that's where we saw gentoo penguins, and I saw one little chinstrap penguin. And so we made this short hike up this hill on the bluff, and off to the right on the hill there's a rookery, or like a penguin nest of gentoo penguins, and there's one little penguin who's like not even a week old. It was the cutest thing ever, and the mom was feeding it, just chilling. Mom or dad, I don't know, but the parent was just sitting on top, taking care of it, watching over the other ones. My picture didn't turn out so great, but I got a picture, and that has got to be the cutest thing I've ever personally seen in my entire life. And off to the left of the same exact spot, there was a snow petrel nest, and so Chuck, the professor, got uber excited and like set up his camera, and it was pretty cool. And so from this vantage point on the bluff, we could see everything. It was crystal clear. The water was blue. We saw the ship. We saw a seal. It was chilling on an ice table, which actually ended up collapsing. And it was breathtaking. There's no other word to describe it. But what also is very breathtaking was the fact we went in for a swim in the water. Not like a hot springs, legitimately true blue Antarctic water. And my goodness, it was, as I said, breathtaking. Like, it knocked the breath out of you. So cold. It was 32 degrees Fahrenheit, 0 degrees Celsius. The only reason this water wasn't frozen solid was because it was salt water. It's pretty legit. To be honest, walking on the rocks barefoot was more painful than actually going for the swim. So I guess that's the positive side. Like, we got back to the ship and it was frozen, like we were frozen solid. And then we went to take a shower, and the first person to take a shower and take a turn in the shower, she said the water is freezing. So I went to try again, and the water on the ship, I think it was colder than the water that we saw, or we jumped into off of Antarctica. It was quite an adventure, but totally worth it. And then last night we kind of just were hanging out, doing our own thing after class, and we had our own little party, which was nice. And if you want to learn more about that, you should probably talk to me apart from this video. So anyway, that was yesterday. Today, which is the 13th, and in 4 minutes I have class, so I probably should make this short and sweet. We went to another location, and I can't, as I said earlier, it was something Rocky Island. It's a scientific name for leopard seal, which we didn't actually get to see. It was kind of sad. But we saw Weddell and elephant seals, and so we saw those, and we saw lots of chinstrap penguins, but nowhere near as many penguins as any of the other places. Like, there's probably maybe, I'm horrible with numbers, but there weren't like hundreds of thousands penguins here like there were hundreds of thousands of Adelie penguins yesterday. So we did that, and it was kind of cool. And then later in the afternoon we went to another location, and like taking the ship into the canal was, some people saw a whale, but like the scenery, like there was fog, it was snowing, you could see like glaciers along the canal, snow everywhere on the hills. It was like, when you envision Antarctica, this is what you see. Icebergs in the water, penguins porpoising. It was, I took pictures, but that doesn't describe it at all. And then when we got to our location, we hiked up, and it was quite a hike, and I was wishing I had my inhaler, but I didn't, and that sucked. But I made it up. We get to the top, and a bunch of us end up having a snowball fight. And from the top of this hill, we could see like as far as the fog would let us, and we saw icebergs. And as I said, it was perfect. Like there were gentoo penguins and snow petrels, or not snow petrels, skuas, my bad. And like chicks, like the chicks were so young, the parents were still sitting on them, and it was so amazing. We built a snowman, we took pictures, hiked down, sled down on our butts. It was quite amazing, and there's no way to describe it. Like, this trip has been pure awesomeness, and I'm learning so much about myself and the environment and literature, unfortunately. Okay, not unfortunately. It's nice that I'm learning about literature, but I really appreciate that I'm learning so much about myself on this trip at the end of the world. And so, I don't know, it's pictures, there are 1,000 words, and right now I can't find one word to describe the awesomeness that is what is happening here in Antarctica, and I love it. So yeah, hopefully I'll make a vlog tomorrow. Good night.